Hello, welcome to the West Ham Way YouTube. Myself, Mark Carlow, and Mr. Riley Finch. Riley, before we get onto the news that inevitably, happens to West Ham when we sign a new player, regarding an injury, how are you, mate? And how's your weekend so far?
Yeah, it's been all right. Obviously, some disappointing news from X, which wasn't the best thing to sort of wake up to and listen to last night. I think I've got the lurgy as well, so I'm not feeling.
So you sound rough. You don't sound
Yeah,
yourself, mate. You don't
I
sound your
appreciate
chair
it, mate.
yourself.
Yeah, at least you
No.
didn't say I look rough because I feel it.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, but it was all right. Show must go on, as we say. But I'm sure I'll have a quicker recovery than Aguerd, who, like we say, seeming like it could be a maximum of 12 months. I'm hearing.
12 weeks, I think.
Sorry, 12 weeks.
12 weeks. I know, you
Yeah,
worried
12
me then.
months,
I
that'd be
thought,
pretty
oh,
bad.
God, what have you read?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that to me. No, yeah, so it's looking like it's going to be a 3-month, on the sidelines. Hopefully, I mean, what X has said, though, in his update was that who is the source that he gives him information regarding the injuries tends to be quite pessimistic. And I think that's a worst case scenario. But even still, it's just unbelievable. Like the luck we have with new signings and injuries, it's like a curse. I mean, and I even looked into when I heard he'd got injured. Obviously, I saw he got injured on the preseason match. I just thought, oh, we haven't picked up an injury-prone player. He's not someone. I looked at his record. No, not at all. He's had an impeccable record for injuries. And then he signs for West Ham, puts on a West Ham kit, and he kicks the ball for 5 minutes, and he's out for, as we say, could be out for 3 months, could be out, even possibly after the World Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, are we cursed, mate? I mean, seriously, are we cursed?
I don't know. I think Craig Dawson's got something to do with this. He wants back in the first team. He must have put something in his shin pads or something. But I don't know. I mean, it's really unlucky as well because sounds weird to say it, but I'm actually more excited to see Aguerd play than Scamacca, and I think he'll be more important than Scamacca this season for us. So
yeah,
for him to be missing for potentially 8 or 12 games, it's going to be really rough for us. But like you say,
I mean, let's look on the bright side of it. I mean, the bright side is we've got some cover in the defensive. We've got Ogbonna coming back. I know he's not quite there yet, but he's not a million miles away, I believe. And also they've been very impressed with him apparently pre-season wise in terms of his way he's carrying himself. He looks good. We've got Zuma, who I think there's still question marks over his fitness. I'll be honest. I feel like he's quite prone to keep picking up injuries, but nevertheless, he's not injured at the moment. He's fit. And then you've got Dawson, who also came back yesterday against Lens. So you kind of think, okay, it's not the end of the world. We shouldn't have to go into panic mode. We're going to talk about Diop on another video later down the line, but regarding his future. But it looks as well as though they're going to be bringing another centre back possibly to cover that. So maybe it's not all doom and gloom, but as you say, what's frustrating is I think we're all excited to see him play. He looked really decent from what I've seen of him. You just think it's just inevitable, isn't it? It's always the way that we get a new player in. They literally, and also, being quite selfish here, I need to think about the player as well. It must be really gutting for him. A big club. I mean, do you think it's something he can bounce back from, Riley, quite quickly?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a serious injury, and to be honest, like you say, these injuries that we do seem to pick up, we do seem to make miraculous recoveries from. We thought Zuma was going to be out to the end of the season. We thought Dawson was going to be out a lot longer than he was.
Yeah.
So, I'm optimistic about it. And if there's one place where you wouldn't mind losing a player, it's probably the centre-back position because it's where we've got the most depth.
It is. I mean, it's a strange one, though. But last season, it was probably our position where we struggled the most in terms of injuries, wasn't it? Because it all seemed to happen at once. They were all dropping like flies. As I say, we just got to hope and pray now that the likes of Zuma and Dawson can stay fit now for the next few months. That's going to be the key. And obviously, hope to get Ogbonna back as well. But yeah, it's a blow. It's just and I do really feel sorry for the player. He must be absolutely gutted to join. It's a big move for him. And he's apparently a very likable chap. So yeah, it's a big blow. But we just got to wait for the Scamacca one now. That's the next one.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds quite selfish as well, but if Ogbonna sort of comes in and he's playing out of his skin, it's going to be difficult for Aguerd to actually get into the team because Moyes isn't the sort of manager that's just going to say, well, Aguerd's back, he's a new player, so he gets straight into the team. It's going to be a case of if Ogbonna and Zuma are playing really, really well, then he's going to keep playing Ogbonna and Zuma. So
absolutely,
it could be even longer till we actually see him in a shirt for West Ham, which is really, really disappointing because his ball playing technique is going to be so crucial to our quick turnovers and counter attacking football. Gives us a whole new edge. So, yeah, just hope he gets a speedy recovery, mate.
Do you know what? You raise a good point there as well, because it's not something I've considered. I mean, really, the way you could possibly look at it is another positive spin on this injury is that this is an opportunity for the likes of Ogbonna, for the likes of Dawson to say, well, I wasn't going to be playing. I wasn't expected to be playing. I'm going to cement myself in this team again. As you say, if Dawson comes in now, let's just say, and plays outstanding for the next 10 matches, first game of the season, that's good. Why would the manager change things up? He wouldn't. So
You wouldn't.
yeah, that's actually possibly another way to look at it as a positive. Well, to try and at least put a bit of a silver lining to it, I guess. Before we wrap this up, mate, what's your thoughts so far on pre-season? Realistically, really, so far.
Underwhelming, I guess. I mean, we've not really had much of a team for pre-season, unfortunately. Downs is the only player who's really had a full pre-season. Again, obviously, he picked up the injury, so he couldn't have a full pre-season. Loving the likes of Ashby. He's really impressed me. Also, I can't remember his name, but the striker, it's like Babu or something like that.
Oh yeah. No, the youth lad. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's looked really good. Unfortunately, I don't think Coventry looks like he's going to be sticking around from the way Moyes is kind of playing him. But I like him, and I feel like he would have a good sort of place in the team. Disappointed not to see Areola start a few games, because that does insinuate that Fabianski will remain number one, which is not what I want to see.
Right.
And Antonio's been horrendous. He's had a really poor pre-season, which is just not what you want, considering he's just had all that time off. You want to see him, sharp. But obviously now we've got Skamaka in, and hopefully he can sort of do a job for us.
Yeah, you're right, and I agree with you in regards to underwhelming. It has been rather. I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's pre-season. To be honest with you, I don't really pay too much attention to it.
I don't think we've lost the game, though, have we?
I
don't think we've actually lost the game, though, have we?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we lost a couple of games. Yeah, we lost to Rangers, didn't we? 3-1.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, we got battered by Rangers. Actually,
we were quite poor in that game. I mean, we haven't really played well. I think that's probably the most concerning thing. But then at the same time, it's not all about that, because we always famously say, well, what about that pre-season under Avram Grant? We won every match quite well. I think we had a few hammerings as well. We did really well, or dished out a few hammerings, and then got relegated. Finished bottom of the league. So it doesn't really make much difference in my opinion. When you're playing the proper matches. I mean, even when you look at the likes of the big teams when they're playing, some of the games, the results get thrown out are a little bit bizarre. I think Man United beat Liverpool quite well, didn't they, early on?
They did, yeah.
Things like that. It doesn't really necessarily mean anything. So I'm not going to get too concerned. It's just, for me, when we was playing Lons in, the last pre-season game, I think it would have been nice to have seen a full-strength team and really put in a decent performance, but actually wasn't that great. It was quite a flat performance again. It almost feels as though, for me, that we're sort of trying to shift our formation around a bit and going to do a bit of a change this season. I don't know whether the players are quite adapting to it very well yet. I don't know. Or, but maybe as long as it all clicks on Sunday against Man City, I mean, that's all that matters, isn't it? If they go out there and play well, then that's all that really does matter.
Yeah, it is open, mate. It's open.
And hopefully Aguerd as well, coming back from injury, mate. Let's keep our fingers crossed, yeah?
Fingers crossed.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Speak soon.